Oh my gosh. So much. Like, what just happened?
I honestly don't know.
I don't
really
know.
Sure.
All right. Hey, you guys. So this is the final 3 episodes, the recap, the review. I am Megan. I'm here with Ashley Mova, and we've been dissecting this entire Pretty Little Liars original sin series. And now we have the final 3 episodes. And like, oh my God, what just happened?
Like we both took notes. Okay.
We both took notes.
There was so much packed into these episodes. It's like, are we diving in?
You go, because I don't even know where to begin.
I don't either, but I think what we should do is take it from the back and bring it to the front. So let's start with the most obvious thing.
Yes.
Which I'm pissed because I recorded my A reaction, but for some reason there's no sound. But basically it went like this. What?
Okay.
Like that was my A reaction.
Okay. So what kind of... I had mixed reactions on this finale because there were parts where I was like, yes. One point I actually got up, circled my living room, and started clapping.
What part? Can you tell me what part?
I will tell you what part, but I had the same reaction when the original PLL happened and we found out that the first season Toby was A. Mm-hmm. I did the same thing, the same move. The move I did then was when Imogen brought up Aria and Ezra.
Yes. Oh my God. I was like, yes, tie it in.
When she said, there's this nice couple, they would try to have a baby for a while. He owns a bookstore. I was like,
oh, we know who that is. We know who that is. And she said Aria and Ezra.
If they bring back a season 2 and they even make just a cameo appearance, they probably get paid so much money. But I am obsessed
the whole
with
budget.
That. The whole budget would go to especially Lucy Hale. But I was like, oh my God, I'm obsessed. But okay, so let's just dissect the A, like Archie one. I hated that we never got a face reveal. And I don't.
Yes.
It's not anti-Marlene and, these other people that do that to not actually reveal the face. But I hate that we never saw the face.
Totally. I thought I was like, okay, they're going to reveal the face and then that's going to really hook me in. And we never got that.
Right. And part of me likes that we didn't because now we can go into a season 2, especially at the end when we see that Archie never died. Mm-hmm. But first of all, can I point out we were right that Angela Waters had a sibling.
That's why I'm like half let down because I almost love when it's like, oh damn, like what? And it comes together. But everyone predicted this. Everyone already knew. Come on, dude.
The thing I didn't see coming was the principal.
And that's another thing. How many times have we seen the principal this season? Can someone tell me? It's almost like they're like, okay, you guys, these are the last few episodes. How can we reel this together? Let's put the principal in this episode so that they remember who the principal is. Right. And then we'll make him a part of the A reveal. What? We don't even, I didn't even know who that was. I rewatched the episodes and I was like, okay, I guess they met with the principal in episode 9. But other than that, I don't remember them seeing the principal at all. I don't remember his significance, none of it.
Yeah. So that was a little bit of a stretch for me, but here's where I'm going to reel you back in, Ashley. I'm going to reel you
You've been doing
it
all season. This is it's been like this for me.
And here's what I'm going to say. It's going to be another mind blown. Okay. I was reading an article where Roberto, who's the creator, director, along with Marlene King and all the rest of them. Yeah. He was saying that Pretty Little Liars, Rosewood, Original Sin, and Riverdale are all a part of the same universe. Okay. And the fact that Archie is the sibling, Archie is the name is the main character in Riverdale.
You're totally right.
So I'm wondering if there's going to be sort of this intertwined universe, just like Marvel.
Yes.
Where Marvel intertwines all the characters. I'm wondering if, I don't know if that's the case.
No, you're so spot on. And they kind of the casting it could be viable that he could turn into that appearance,
But they said that Archie has the face that only a mother could love, but let's be honest.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking about Archie as the principal. Archie's the brother.
Archie's the brother, but KJ Apa, who plays Archie, is fine. So he can't have a face only a mother could love.
Yes.
Plus, he's a redhead. I mean, not that Angela Waters' brother couldn't be a redhead, but then also too, they brought back this whole twin thing. And I thought we were done with the twin thing with Karen and Kelly.
Totally.
And oh my gosh, so much. What were your thoughts like on that part, particularly Archie and that whole thing?
Honestly, like I'm just let down because like this has been an ongoing theory like for some time. So I just wanted it to like really blow my mind. And like, yeah, there were some scenes that I was like, okay, this is fun. But mostly I was just like a little bit let down. What
you know what I
loved? Talk about?
You know what I loved? What? I was like, yes, take it here. But then it sort of was a little downplayed. I loved that took all the people that were bullying the girls and put them in a room because it reminded me of Saw. Because you know how
my God, yes.
They make you like they're like here's like a riddle and you have to do this in order to survive. And I was like, yes, saw off his leg. And then I was like, no, they're not gonna take it there. But that was a letdown for me because I really liked how that was a whole tie-in. And then they sort of the girls were like, we're not going to do this. And then A was like, congratulations, you showed empathy. But it's like, well, what happened to Steve and Chip and, all these people that were tied up? Do they just stay there?
Yeah.
And okay.
No. I was just going to say like the people that were tied up that represented something for each of the girls. Like I want to like touch upon Noah's person. Who is this? Is this Noah's dad or is this Noah's mom's drug dealer?
It was Noah's mom's drug dealer, which was a little bit of a stretch for me.
We we really needed to like clarify that a little bit more, or like why was he out of all the people? Like I just feel like we didn't see him enough this season.
And I feel very underwhelmed by the whole mini story because I felt like that was a huge story. And they just sort of I still don't understand why it said missing 1992. Like,
I feel like there's more to come with that. Like, there has to be.
Maybe there was a cliffhanger. Like, maybe at the end. Yeah, I would have loved if Minnie went missing at the end.
Ooh, that would have been juicy.
I know. Like, why are we not writing the show?
On that point, do we know why Rachel? I think his name is Steve.
Yes.
Do we know like how she died? Are we sure she's dead? Is that, there was a body in Angela Waters' house.
Right.
Do we know who that body is? Is that supposed to be Angela? Is it supposed to be Rose? Could it be Rachel? You think it was because they dug up her grave?
Yeah, I think that was my assumption that it was, which was super morbid.
Super. And like kind of unnecessary almost. Like when Sheriff Beasley called Imogen saying like, your mom's grave is dug up. I get that like her mom was kind of in that Saw scenario for her, but like, was it really necessary?
Right. I don't.
Also, what was in her mouth?
The corpse's mouth. Oh, yeah. What was in her mouth? Yeah.
Like, we never found out what was in her mouth. And we never saw the face. We never saw.
# what's in her mouth. Yeah. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So that, like, there's definitely, I think, spots that can be covered in a season 2, which I'm hoping for. And,
I didn't like how it basically alluded to the fact that Imogen's mom killed herself. I was like, there's no way she would get that rave thing and feel utter guilt after all those years and just go ahead and off herself, especially when her daughter is pregnant.
Yeah.
And they had such a close bond. I still don't believe that.
I don't believe that either, but like seeing the scenes, like, wow, Imogen, your mom is actually kind of like really like a B, like her believing, I guess, Sheriff Beasley over Angela was kind of like really awful. But on the topic of Imogen's mom, I hated this. Well, first of all, why did we need to meet Imogen's dad? I understand maybe you need someone's signature to exhume the body, but like, how does a divorced parent qualify as the right signature to get to? It just doesn't make any sense to me. But I really hated the conversation that they had where Imogen's dad was saying, there is no way that your mom's depression took over because once she was pregnant with you, her depression completely did a 180. You cannot control depression. No. It's not like Imogen's mom chose to be depressed or chose to not be depressed today. Like you don't control it. So him saying like, oh, once she was pregnant, she really turned it around. She got off her medication. You don't control it. Yeah, so like that annoyed me. And I just, again, I still don't think that she killed herself. I think it was A.
Well, especially because A was written on the wall, it was too sketchy. But Mr. Beasley, what a dick.
Mr. Beasley is a mess, an absolute mess, just like all day, every day.
But I love that Kelly and Karen's mom just completely stabbed him. Like, I was like, yes, bitch. I was like, you stayed quiet this entire time. And now you kill that mother effer. You kill him.
Yes, she served her purpose. And when Kelly came home, first of all, that clubbing scene, like, where are you guys going to the club? Imogen, you're pregnant. But when Kelly came home in the middle of the night and like Sherif Beasley was sitting there saying, Kelly, where have you been? And she's like, oh, I texted mama. And they did that flashback of, do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Where he was making out with like, who was he with another guy?
I was like, this is intense. Do you do this on the reg? Like, how many people do you do this with?
Well, I mean, we knew that he was like bi or whatever because Noah had said that she saw him getting a blowy from and he like raped Angela. I'm just like, can you control
this guy's a lot?
Like, can you like, what are you doing? Like, that is like not okay. He's so much. But what was I gonna say? Okay, let's try to piece this together. So So he was killed, or no. He was stabbed by his wife, ended up making it, went to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Then we showed that Archie was no longer in his bed, but that Mr. Beasley was dead. So we're under the assumption that Archie killed Mr. Beasley, but why? Mm-hmm. Like, we need to piece that together. So,
because of Angela.
But Angela, oh my God, that's so dumb. Yes.
He's like the number one dead contender.
That's true. Yes. But like, why wasn't A going after Mr. Beasley this entire time? Because he was haunted. Like, that's what was confusing me. Like, if Mr. Beasley was the one, because the other thing too is the principal, Angela's dad, when he had everybody in the room, he was like, she didn't kill herself because of what Mr. Beasley did. She killed herself because of what all of you did, meaning the moms.
Yeah.
Which I was like,
a little bit of a, it's, I don't know.
Like,
agree to disagree. I mean, I'm sure both scenarios were awful. So like, I would say more than anything, Mr. Beasley would be the contender to be dead. Another thing I thought was weird was that, I don't know if we'll get into Chip, but I thought it was so strange that when they were at the movie theater and A shows up when they're confronting Chip and A goes after Chip, like Chip just escapes. I know at the end we're kind of left on a cliffhanger, but like
Chip doesn't escape. Chip,
what do you mean?
A got Chip and then brought him and tied him up in the school where he was the bully to Tabby.
Right.
But to your point, we don't know what happened after that because they never showed the scene of whatever happened to Steve and Chip and all that. They were tied up and then
they were tied up. Yeah. But at the very end of the cliffhanger of this season was Chip had gotten out on bail and A knocked on Chip's door. And
right. Oh yes. Oh my God. How could I forget that? I just watched it. Oh my God.
I just refreshed it. So
You're right. So we're under the assumption that Chip is dead.
Yeah, which is a cliffhanger that like I could just see Chip somehow surviving and coming back for season 2.
That's true. We predicted that, by the way. We predicted that it was.
Yes, which is another thing that I was like, on one hand, I was like, okay, it's nice, not nice, but like it's cool to see the theories pan out because it's like we're on to something, But on the other hand, it's like I missed in these episodes the exciting factor of something that I hadn't predicted and just like coming together, like that clicky feeling of like, oh my God, this is crazy. I didn't get that because mostly these were theories that people had predicted already.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And Chip's rationale with the whole thing, like him just explaining and
he was
just like spewing it.
You denied me.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, great justification.
And Chip seemed like such a nice guy. And I'm not saying that nice guys can't do bad things, but I felt like in terms of the guys in the season, there really weren't that many that we could root for. And Chip would have been one of the ones that I would root for. And then come to find out he was the worst one out of all of them. Like I had no tie to Greg. I had no tie to Tyler. Yeah. I had no tie to Henry. I had no tie to whatever Noah's guy.
I thought Henry was pretty sweet.
Henry's sweet, but there wasn't enough scenes for me to like really like, you know. Which is fine. It doesn't all have to be a love story. But I think what I loved about original PLL is we loved Ezra. We loved Ashley Benson and oh my God, why am I forgetting their names? Who is she with?
I can't. Why am I saying Tyler?
I think his real name is Tyler. His name in the show was
Caleb.
Caleb, that's right. I was like, because of the scene. Oh my
God, it's been a while. Wow, we need to spruce up on our stuff.
We do, but we rooted for them and we loved them. Did, and there were just, you know, Lucas and all the things, but I knew Lucas, but I don't know.
Totally. But like also you mentioned Noah's boyfriend and so many people were suspicious of Shawn. Like that was a theory that I kept seeing. And I was
Shawn,
like,
that's his name. Yeah.
I don't see why people would
you sound fantastic.
You guys can see I sound great. Okay, that's all that matters. So yeah, back on it. I just didn't understand why people were like so sketched out about Shawn. Like I didn't get the sketchy vibe from him, although he was doing drugs apparently with the rest of the gang. Like
he was lying. Yeah,
he was lying. But and him saying like, "Oh, I will come off of the drugs slowly but surely. I can't go cold turkey." I thought that was weird. Maybe that's something that's going to play out in season 2. Also, like Noah's mom's drug detox. I need you to like go cover my shift while I detox at home. What? What are you talking about?
Was the Christmas scene at the very end not the most awkward thing you've ever witnessed?
Yes, I literally wrote that in my notes because everyone's just going down the list one by one saying like, today we're going to couples therapy. Tomorrow, like I'm going to therapy. Like, what the fuck?
The next day I'm going to rehab. And you know,
I'm going to rehab.
Farron's mom is like, I'm going to be in town for a while. I'm like, okay, like what is happening here? I was like, this is not normal.
Totally.
Gosh, what was I going to say? Okay, so I'm not finished dissecting this whole Archie thing. Wait, so
same.
Let's go.
And why is he in a cage? Okay, if his family like loves him or whatever, and that was a really short, small cage, and why? Okay, first Imogen goes to this house on her own,
right?
And like when Imogen, you know what I'm talking about, when she like finds the address in the book in the computer at school because she like tells the nurse like, oh, I need some cookies so she can go to the nurse's office. She looks up Angela in the computer and then she finds Angela's address. It was all a very quick scene, so we didn't know what she was looking for in the computer, but it turns out it was Angela's address. So she goes and shows up to this random house, which this is at this point was I thought the A reveal was going to happen because we saw the mask on the wall.
Right.
She already saw the cage and all of this stuff. Like, wouldn't you tell your friends, you guys, dude, there is a cage in this house? Just like the girl's reaction to seeing the cage. I was like, Imogen, you already saw this. Like, that was just a little bit weird for me. And why is Crazy Joe coming to their house with a bag of groceries? Do you regularly go to this house? Are you taking care of it?
Right. Let's uncover like
I'm like just like blah, blah, blah,
blah. No, because what I don't understand, and I literally just watched it again, but so the principal fell in love with Rose Waters.
Yes.
They did the nasty and she got pregnant, correct?
Which, by the way, they were like, we got really close and then she got pregnant and then she needed money, so my family paid her. This story's going way too quickly. What are you talking about?
They plowed through that. Okay, and I was like, wait a second, this is like the whole shebang. So like, let's rewind and let's take a beat. So then she ended up moving away, right?
Yes, his family paid her family.
Yes.
Why?
Probably because she was like young and they didn't want whatever. So okay, so she left, and then when she raised the babies, basically, Archie and Angela, then she was like, okay, I want Angela to go to a good school, so we're going to take her back to Millwood. She's not going to know that you're her dad, but I want Archie to like stay like homeschooled or stay wherever. I don't understand.
I don't either.
That. And I don't understand. Where was I going with this? I basically
like, why is Archie chilling at home while Angela's in school? And why would you go back to the city?
And also
all this drama happened.
Who was putting Archie in a cage? Like the mother, Rose Waters? Like, and the fact that she was so protective towards Angela and going after what now we could assume Mr. Beasley with a knife at school, like with his group.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No. That's not right. That's not right. No.
Okay. Yeah. Because we still don't know who. Okay. Well, I guess now we're under the assumption that Rose was going after Sheriff, right? With the knife.
But
because we still that wasn't
that
clear.
He was going after,
huh?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
They're older now
because they were older. She was older when that happened, and she went. So
who is she trying to stab?
Right, that's what I don't understand. Unless,
wait, Rose, Angela. No, they were still kids. Rose is her mom.
Yeah.
So like, there's like 3 generations happening here.
Right. But remember when the mom. Like this was after Angela died and the mom went to the school with a knife.
Yes.
And they said that she attacked. So that would have been.
So she could have been going after Sherif Beasley because.
Oh, you're right. No, you're right.
The generation younger.
You're right.
I know it's really confusing, but like.
I'm sorry. Yes. 100%.
There's so many generations happening, but that's what it's not crystal clear, but I'm assuming that that's who she's going after.
Wait. And the other thing that was weird was. We saw Rose Waters at the soup kitchen. Or
yes, we did.
The fact that Rose, assuming. So like, why was she at the soup kitchen if she got paid off? Girl, you don't need no soup. Like, you're fine. Like, you got paid.
I didn't think of that.
Kidding. I didn't think of that. But kids is
like
hard.
It's hard, and like I guess like I'm under the assumption that her daughters. It broke her, so I think that maybe she would have like gone off the deep end or something. Like, let's say maybe if she was like taking medication, maybe she stopped taking her medication and like it spiraled out of control, and she probably. That's what I'm thinking.
Her daughter's not done. They definitely wrote this season for there to be season upon
season 2.
Totally. I think that they were probably assuming that PLL, the original one, ran for what? 7,
like
8 seasons?
7, 8, yeah.
So they had to come up with a storyline for that long because even though it was based off the book, I think after season 2 or whatever Mona was revealed as that was the end
so
of
many A's.
Shepherd's book. Yeah. And so they had to continue and everything with the dollhouse and all that was not part of the series. So I'm assuming that this is being set up
for
because there's still so many. Like, I'm still not convinced. Like, Steve is still involved somehow. Minnie's story is still happening. Like,
totally.
That was really sad that all the girls agreed to pretend like Angela didn't exist.
And the whole school
did
like,
it.
Just ignoring her?
That is bully 203.
It's disgusting.
I don't know. It's like
203.
Awful. I don't know. I was trying to think of something worse than 101, but
yeah.
The fact that every single person just looked at her as invisible.
It's disgusting.
That's very triggering. And the fact that she, was that bad thing happened to her. And then everyone was pretending like she didn't exist. And then her own mother, like they got into a thing. I think she just felt like, wow, I have nowhere to turn. And and that's understandable to me. Like, I feel terrible for her.
It was really awkward, like the whole like last couple episodes. I feel like they kept trying to do this like physicality of the daughters being almost like the mom figures, and like the moms would be sitting on the couch and the daughters would be like, tell me the truth, and the moms would be like, and then you'd see flashbacks of all the awful stuff that they had done to Angela. on one hand, I was like, this is like clever, but on the other hand, I was like, all right, cheesiness, like let's move on to the next.
I miss the PLL moms so much because
I know
I'm just not really feeling this mom group. They're like,
I know.
I'm not
it's just like, and then
acting, but their acting skill.
It's a little bit needs work. Also like Imogen's dad saying, I couldn't take you when your mom died because she drew up a will and it said that if anything were to happen, that Tabby's mom would be the one to take care of you. What? Were you guys that close? Like we really needed they came up with that one last second.
They did. Yeah. Oh, wait, no. And then, sorry, we're jumping all over the place. I'm obsessed with Minnie's story, but she did go to see her dad.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Thank you.
The Girl Scout cookies.
Why did he do that?
I don't know. And it's like, bro,
like this is season 2. Like this needs to play out in season 2. Because like, first of all, what is up with her obsession with the costumes? Okay. Like I'm not understanding the costume obsession.
Yeah.
I get what she was doing with the whole, like, I'm selling Girl Scout cookies, but like the costumes of like, there's something there with the costumes.
Yeah, definitely. She cosplay.
So we're under the assumption that wouldn't be, because they were supposed to be surrogates. So I was assuming that they had an embryo that they had transferred, and obviously there would be a mother in that situation. But who would Minnie's biological mother be? It wasn't the woman at the door, because she wasn't like, oh, mom, and he made it seem like these weren't people related to her. So that's something that's a choice, like it could have just been her mom and her sister that answered the door. I thought that was weird.
Do we know if Minnie's mom was just the carrier, or no? She said she needed money though.
Yeah,
so that's why it was her egg. Oh yeah, biologically. Oh, I see what you're saying. Biologically.
Okay, I thought that she was acting as a surrogate, and that was her role in it. Not that she was a donor of the egg. But the casting, they kind of look alike.
That's what I'm saying. She did kind of allude to she was just the carrier, but I feel like with casting and with the fact that she was like, I needed, maybe she got the money just for being a surrogate. I don't know.
Was thinking. Well, like, I don't know what it was said that was given under because she was like, I'm going to keep it. Where I don't know. I don't know, but I was kind of just like,
that's like, yeah,
because it's almost like he made it seem that Minnie's story was separate from the woman that answered the door. Whereas like, even if someone was donating an egg to a couple, like there would be like something sentiment, like a connection there where you and your wife went through this situation and you would be like, the girl at the door is the child that we were supposed to have. Do you know? Maybe, like he kind of made it separate.
Maybe that story is going to uncover more once they go through the whole adoption process with Imogen's baby. Maybe there's some sort of thing like with that process, and that will come to fruition. I'm just
I mean, like I've never been through this process, but like I was under the assumption at that point that Imogen was keeping the baby. So when she said like,
because she had the baby and then it was like Christmas and then
it was like a while down.
I was like,
down the road, but like
she has so many attachments to that baby. Did she ever say the name of the baby?
No, she didn't. No, not that I remember. I remember Clarice is her fake baby, but like,
I wanted her to name the baby after her mom.
That's what I thought. I thought she was gonna when she said, "Can I see her?" I thought she was gonna be like, "Hi, Davy," or something like that. I thought that just backwards. Okay, this is just like I don't even know why this just came to my mind right now. But when Kelly and Greg were in the car making out, like, why did she say, "Call me Karen"?
Yeah, has some sort of weird.
There's something off.
Personality thing. There's something off there.
I feel bad for her. Like she's got some serious issues.
I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up finding out at some point that it is Karen. Like maybe because they probably thought, oh, everyone is going to guess that it's Karen. So we have to kind of, I don't know.
We also never found out why Tabby was, or did we? Why are you filming the boys' locker room?
I think it had something to do with her trying to figure out who her attacker was.
Okay.
They didn't really.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she was trying to see if maybe someone would bring it up in the locker room. Like, oh, hey, you remember that party
Totally.
And maybe I don't think I think it was just
wasn't made crystal clear.
It wasn't really made crystal.
Joe, crazy Joe, how he is dead. They found him hung because they were like, where did the body go? And then Imogen said, oh, probably at Crazy Joe's train. So they go to Crazy Joe's train and they walk in and the girls find him hung with a letter that said, Angela did not die in vain. Do we think did that to himself, or do we think that that was A, doing that to him? And if we do think it was A, killing Joe, why?
Exactly. There was no motive for Train Joe to like.
If anything, it's like Joe is bringing you groceries.
Yeah, and he loved Angela.
Yeah, so I'm not understanding that.
Maybe it's because Joe figured out who it was, Archie, because Joe went to the house where Archie's mask was.
I thought that Joe and Archie were like the homie. Like I thought that homies. Like he was just like bringing him groceries. He was like, you can't go to the market with that crazy mask. Let me bring you stuff. So that's the impression that like I got. And he walked in like, this is my house. Like I come here all the time.
But also like what happened to Archie where he has to wear a face?
Yeah. A face only a mother could love. Well, like you probably wouldn't be putting a mask on him.
Yeah.
And why that mask? Do we know if Rose is dead or alive? Because she was seen at the soup kitchen, like, so she was alive pretty recently.
Like, why wouldn't she just get back together with the principal? Because he's crazy.
Why wouldn't she?
He should not run a school.
No, he shouldn't. And we've seen him twice this season, so I'm pissed about the whole thing. Like, you guys, come on. I hope there's a season 2 because there's so many loose ends that we just need to tie up.
Yeah, I agree. I hope that there's a season 2 because there's still a lot of things that we want to know. Yeah. But yeah, the fact that we I think the thing with original Pretty Little Liars is that we always got a reveal, like a face, the hood came off, and I didn't get we didn't get the satisfaction of that. And
right.
Let me see your face.
Yeah, totally. And with we saw his mask hung up at one point. So I was like, oh, we're going to see the face. And then we never did.
Wait, one other thing before we go. Do you think it was a coincidence that when Imogen had that dream before she actually saw her baby, that the face was the mask? That the face was.
I don't know.
This was good. I am so excited that we got to relive the days. And if there is season 2, then let's keep going. And also we are still pretty connected. So if you guys want us to, we could do some interviews with some potential people.
Some peeps.
We can maybe get some more answers.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed for season 2. And let us know in the comment section below, like what you guys thought of this reveal. Satisfied, not. I did really like the show. I ended up getting into it, and I'm sad that there's not more episodes because, like, I was just learning their name. 10 is way too short.
10 is too short.
Next time, I hope they reveal it. They like release one episode week by week because, like, there's so much info, and like it just went by way too fast. But
let's see what happens. Let's see if they bring it back.
Yes.
All right. Bye, guys,
for watching.
Bye.